So back to what I was saying, the people who kind of want more conversations to be smooth and away from average community is, the people against the winners, kind of like snake energy, snake energy kind of more smoother and just grabbing what you need to get along with that day, more than that, that hoochie, that hooker in that avenue in the back alley. So what's working under that is like everything that's, thrown out into the day prior to a good, smooth symphony as winning streak. So what happens with that is that the case get dragged up like crazy, and, smacked up against that wall, and there's no iced coffee in the back alley hole. So what people work under that is look on little tight, blind spots to work against when people are out on their high, their good end of performance. And at any given day, anything's gonna kick off. You put your donuts down the road, and it's sunset, and you bring it back in the door. So what follows up with that is like how a person be more competent and more resilient with, the life circumstances that come against whatever's thrown at your day, hand in hand, shake a hand, and, take it in. So it's kind of like dreaming on what people talk about what they're going through or went through, and people they don't know the half and been like, nah, but grab an umbrella, get a phone case, and like I said earlier, to other people, you can be like riding down the road and got, license straight, no DUIs or nothing. And somebody be like, you need to check the rearview mirrors when you're like doing, following road rules or whatever. And people will make up something like that to be like, to get out of their circumstance from what they going through. And it's only a winning streak, and what people ain't used to since maybe childhood, they'll throw something at somebody who got, better off sense, not even common sense, but some on both sense of that subject too, common sense, knowledge, fundamentals, and got words like, Sagwa Fair can speak up anything, and don't be in the streets. Just be sheltered. Don't be looking at a lot of books, a lot of, television. Don't be in anybody's commotion and stuff like that. And down the trail of the road of the day, it's still they got their sense right. And their heads like kind of splitting words, drive you home. So it's those type of people who most people miss out on, and it's kind of like, when you're getting home and it's like, it's time to like unwind a little bit and draw the next card of being home, because out and about, it's your own shuffle, it's your own scuffle, you got your own coffee to drink and all that good stuff. So it's kind of like, it's still that same war, that battle that people get ahead of, but you still gonna have an obstacle. A holiday hit, and ain't nobody's gonna be talking about, well, hey, child support gonna just land when I blow this motherfucking conch shell out, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So people look like rich buddies just gonna be like floating out of the air steadily, baby. You know what I mean? It's gonna make me crazy right now. So prior to that, people who had those problems, the person handling the problem more better is the optimistic person. Out of all that, when people can call it optimistic, you know what I mean? Or the more person that's like more positive can like still keep somebody sane and like balanced through a lot of chaos, commotion, and back to what a snake would say, to a perfect ass relationship. You can be godly as hell on Sunday, you feel me? and Sunday get off and you're just doing week day-to-day stuff, rituals and regimens. So it's like people gonna look for that weak spot real quick and soon and be like adding words to something real cool. And what's gonna work under and over that is like how a host supposed to be kind of like telling you to come over and kick it and be smoother than oil. But somehow, some way, somebody gonna just be kicking it most smooth, like the Tin Man. Like, give me some oil, because the best about it is like it's those on that winning streak that people don't like, you know, and how people would do the Heisman on the hoe and all that stuff. So people look at dating like it's just like, you know, it's just like every day, you feel me? Or you're gonna have jealous people to be like, you shouldn't be like kissing on people you don't know and don't talk to strangers. And the main thing people do when they start dating and making kids, they tell people the same thing. Don't be opening that door. You know, stick to your own tradition, culture, heritage, and don't be like mixing up stuff. People start forming up little groups, you know, the clues and all that good stuff, and people start looking out for like themselves. And then the biracials come in line after all that, and then where everybody's just stuck into one like community during that. And out on any subject, it's not anybody's fault that people got this, you know, what they call them hybrids. You feel me? Hybrids meaning like ligers and all that good stuff and all kind of stuff like that. May have an attitude, but it's a different attitude that affects a lot of people when it's just like in our community. But it's like people want to know, hey, but where's that mom, where's that fine, foxy motherfucker that created and all that good stuff that don't be picking up the phone and like put up different obstacles and snares for people way to be like, yeah, I'm gonna find them. Just walk out without lip gloss, walk out without your hair fixed up, and look a little like, you know, slave man. Get, you know, or they'll tell a New Yorker, go to your Timbs, you know what I mean? Go to a tree, you feel me? Or, you know, look around, and then I act like, you know, if the Timbs too light, you ain't getting no hard work, or you just trying to look flashy, or you just trying to get somewhere to go grab some coffee or whatever. And the Timbs probably be too dirty, then it's gonna be like you dusty, you feel me? Or you work too hard, or you need new work boots, sir. You know what I mean? So it's different on different aspects on how people look at things. The guy chilling somewhere on the front porch, in the staircase, or the stoop, anywhere, Washington, anywhere. It's depending on how well they correlate on what they're thinking about during what they gotta, like, you know, fight to get back to that. Because getting to it is going to be a hassle. You feel me? So it's like, it's better on keeping a few friends with you, you know, and getting rid of all this, you know, the obstacles that stop you along your way. So kicking it around to the holidays and everything that only come like around the sun, trips around the moon. People will get back and they'll be like, you don't see it every day, or they're against pagan holidays, pagan worshipers that do it all the time. You know, people do communion and whatever, which is like, you know, like bread and juice. But those are things that people need when they need, like, not the whole information, that it's not just crackers and something to drink. It's like, I gotta go to work after that, or I gotta do other things. But people that say they're following this ritual, this religion, that just, you know, you sit back and you do, and it's like with anything. Like, people look at Rastafari and say the same thing. People look at Hindus and say, yeah, drink milk, whatever, and put it out on your head, walk around. Or say, no, there's other aspects to that, you know, prior to, contrary to what people believe. It's like it's normal people, but it's like symbolic on, and people would throw so much theory and skepticism towards that, to be like, you know, I don't agree with that, and they'll tell everybody it's an occult and a hoax or whatever. And wake up, the sun come up, you still gotta draw yourself out a little bit to get that cup of coffee and do it all over again. You know, win, lose, draw, rain, sleet, snow. And people be against that. And comparing to how smooth it is, how smooth you move, how much trucks you have on your team and all that stuff. Trucks for days, bucks for days, you feel me? Or they'll be against that, and that's going to be their everyday conversation. So I'm out. So it starts in the mind. That chaos, that calamity, and all that stuff that gets up your skin, crawling up like crazy. And it starts and then it's performed. And then everything else is like out the door with it. I'm out, HopedealaTV, you know, walk your dog every day. Because sometimes you're going to need your dog right there on your leash. You're going to need your best friend with you. Ooh. In hard, turbulent times and everything. So I'm out. So Honey Fox is ready keeping you ready right now. Already out.